On a battlefield in Afghanistan, a soldier named Mark stepped on an explosive device. In an instant, he lost his left leg. For many, that would have been the end of the story, a lifetime of pain, immobility, and dependence. But Mark's story took a different turn. Months later, he stood again. Not with an ordinary wooden leg, but with a bionic prosthetic that could respond to his thoughts, bend at the knee, and even let him run. "It feels," he said, "almost like having my leg back." Mark is part of a revolution, one that is transforming prosthetics from simple tools into advanced machines that can not only replace lost limbs but sometimes even outperform natural ones. For most of history, prosthetics were crude. Ancient Egyptians carved wooden toes. Roman soldiers fashioned iron hands. For centuries, a prosthetic leg was little more than a stick of wood, stiff and uncomfortable, designed to help someone hobble rather than walk. Even in the 20th century, prosthetics changed little. Clunky, heavy, and limited. They restored appearance but not true function. Amputees often lived with pain, frustration, and limited independence. But biomedical engineering has rewritten the rules. Today's prosthetics are not just replacements, they are bionic marvels. Using advanced sensors, robotics, and even connections to the nervous system, they allow amputees to move, run, grip, and even feel again. How do they work? Modern bionic limbs often use myoelectric sensors, tiny electrodes that detect the faint electrical signals sent from the brain to the muscles. When the user thinks about moving their missing hand, the signal is picked up by these sensors and translated into motion by the prosthetic. Imagine reaching for a glass of water, not with your hand, but with your mind, and watching the bionic fingers obey. Some prosthetics go even further. Engineers are experimenting with direct connections to the nervous system, creating two-way communication. This means not only can a person control their prosthetic with thought, but the prosthetic can also send signals back, restoring the sense of touch. For the first time, amputees can feel the texture of fabric, the firmness of a handshake, or the warmth of a loved one's hand. And it doesn't stop there. Engineers are asking, if we can restore function, can we also enhance it? Today's prosthetics are already proving it's possible. Runners with carbon fiber blades sprint at Olympic speeds. Robotic arms can crush metal or perform delicate surgery. Engineers are designing limbs with built-in tools, shock absorbers, and features that go beyond biology. This raises a profound question. What happens when prosthetics stop being about restoring normal life and start being about creating superhuman ability? Will society accept athletes with enhanced prosthetics competing alongside natural-born runners? Will soldiers one day march into battle with limbs stronger than steel? The impact of this revolution is already global. In war zones, bionic prosthetics are giving veterans their independence back. In hospitals, children born without limbs are learning to walk, run, and play with devices that respond to their every movement. In developing countries, low-cost 3D printed prosthetics are making mobility affordable for families who once had no hope. For people like Mark, this technology is not just about walking again, it's about reclaiming identity. Standing tall. Holding his children. Living without being defined by loss. But the future is even bigger. Imagine prosthetic eyes that let the blind see infrared light. Arms that never tire. Legs that run faster than the fastest human. When technology merges with biology, we may discover that prosthetics are not just medical devices, they are the next step in human evolution. The prosthetic revolution has begun. And it leaves us with one powerful question. If you could replace part of your body with something stronger, faster, or more capable than the original, would you do it?